Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Tropico 3 Absolute Power. Alright, let's move on to Industry Titan. Term of office from 1960 to 1980. Isla de la Aro has been a British colony for centuries. Now it has won its independence and you managed to become the first presidente of the fledgling nation. These events have attracted the attention of the US and the USSR. Perhaps you can use their bickering for control over the Caribbean to your advantage. Although the British are gone, they still impose a 50% tax on all agricultural, mining and lumber exports. Securing the economy of the island would require the development of the industry, turning our raw resources into more expensive commodities. Mission objectives remain into power until 1980. Well, let's dive in, shall we? Alright, let's dive in. Happy Independence Day! Finally, our island is free from British rule. However, our former rulers have imposed a staggering tax on our raw exports. You must work quickly to set up the industry sector if we are to avoid a serious financial crisis. Industry requires raw resources like tobacco or sugar. Once these resources are secured, you can...
Good morning, Tropico! I am Juanito, and this is Tropico News Today, keeping a finger on the pulse of the nation. Stay tuned to TNT for the best music and the most optimistic news.
Should build the corresponding factory. Keep in mind that most factories require high school educated workers. It would be wise to build a high school or an immigration office to set on skill workers work mode. That's not quite right. You will gain bonus score based on your profits from the industry exports. Alright, let's pause then. And let's see what the island has given us. Education wise, so fairly some high school workers. Most of them are soldiers though. And some are retired. We also have some college workers, which will help. How many people do we have? Number of citizens. That has not yet been updated then. Would help if I could find the total number. It doesn't matter much actually. So exports. What will be bringing in some money? Most of these have been reduced quite a bit. Jewelry will still be good. Lumber would be nice. Rum, of course. But there's nothing really on the short term that will give us anything decent enough. Yeah. Let's see. I suppose mostly farming products that don't require industry, such as beef and such, will work. No, let's see what we have. No, banana will not work. Pity. Papaya can work, I suppose, if we put it in the right place. Pineapple, very good. That's above average. Coffee can work again. Tobacco is really good. I'll definitely be considering building one of those, if I can find a good spot for him. Sugar, not much. Not much that I can see anyway. No, I don't think sugar will be a part of our economy. Well, we do have an ancient ruin on the island. I suppose I could consider tourism. Let's see, what other resources do we have? We have a couple of iron deposits. Bauxite, of course. We have 1 gold. I'll definitely be working to that, because that will be a major moneymaker. We have 3 oil. Oh. Let's see, it's not easy to see on the mini-map, but it's 1 here, 1 here, and where's the 3rd one? Like I said, it's not easy to see on the map. Should then be somewhere... Is it somewhere inland? Doesn't look it. Maybe they're close together and I cannot see it. Ah no, there it is, there it is. That's all the way off the map, no wonder I couldn't see it. Fishing and logging. Alright. Well, let's start with the things that will provide us with something. Alright, we have 1 corn farm, 2 corn farms, and basically no infrastructure at all. Let's get going.
We expect a heavy rain of frogs. This unusual phenomenon is apparently not so unusual, since our neighbors claimed even stranger stuff was falling from the sky, including sardines, jellyfish, alligators, and sadly, cows. El Presidente said that it's better raining frogs than men.
Alright, let's just put that... No, actually, let's put that in here. And I need to wait until it's built, so let's speed up a little bit. And as long as we're waiting, let's well check out the beauty of the island. Well, that's decent. Decent enough. Problem is mostly that there's no beauty on the beaches, per se. This red will not be good. Most of the beauty is... Well, some of it is on here, but that doesn't really help. So tourism will most likely not be a major source of income, even if I do go for it. I could always turn this into a excavation site. But for now, let's focus on what's actually important. Getting the diplomatic ministry built, and I want that high priority. And now that the game has a has had a moment to tick over. Let's see, unemployed, 3 men, 4 women, and I have 60 citizens. And they're reasonably happy. Probably best to set up some basic amenities. Don't want to leave that to the last moment. Especially USSR delegation has begun a tour of the Caribbean. The Russian diplomat set to visit the island early next year. Moscow has expressed its desire to strengthen the relations between our countries and is ready to offer us economic help. On the other hand, both the US and the former rulers have expressed strong concerns about the visit. I'll just receive the delegation. There's no real point in putting up extra amenities until we need to. In the meantime, I'll probably want to extend this road here. Might have not have been the most efficient use of the land, but I'm mostly gonna put farms here anyway. And which plots of land are you gonna use for food? And my apologies if you cannot hear the music. I'm getting a little tired of these copyright ID claims, so I've turned it very low. I can basically also only hear it as a whisper in the background. You'll have to make do with my voice and the soothing sounds of the wildlife. Please do not fall asleep as you listen to the sounds of the jungle and the industrious Tropican citizens, or the annoying roosters that are blaring into my ear. Alright, let's make the garage a higher priority.
What is it now?
And now that I have this, oh no, not the US. That'll help, but for now I want the USSR. And that will make tenements slightly cheaper.
A high official reported missing last week was found with his mistress trying to leave the island. The resulting clash between the official's wife and his mistress left 7 bystanders injured. The official is reported missing again.
Alright, let's just keep the happiness of the island going. Now, most of the exports we have of access to are not going to be very profitable. Iron used to make weapons, which are very profitable. But I also need some basic starting capital. So how much is bauxite? Bauxite is decent. So I'm probably going to build a bauxite mine then. That way we'll have some income. And it's also not too far away from the town, so hopefully it will not deteriorate. That's the wrong word. It caused too much problems with the moving about of the people. Come on, give me a road. And if nothing else, I can always extend my population over here. I almost wish you could designate plots of land for these farms to use, but it's not currently viable. Let's see. Do I have... that's not listed here. The communists. Bad healthcare, insufficient housing, alright. Alright, so those two are built. Let's get building on the tenements then. Yes, all building over
Tropico
here.
is spiraling into debt as the money in the national treasury has been depleted. If measures are not taken soon, the financial situation on the island may deteriorate rapidly.
Yes, it might indeed. Not my concern. What else can I introduce? I don't really have money for anything useful. And while I could build an immigration office, I'm gonna wait until I have at least some housing. And probably gonna have to wrap the road around the garage if I can. There. Nice neat street. It didn't infringe upon the fields at all. Right, come on my builders, finish it. The delegation from the USSR has arrived. They have taken a tour of our beautiful island and have expressed their wish to help the diplomatic development of Isla del Aro. The diplomatic talks have begun and the Russians have offered several projects. What do I need most? I'll take the building plans. Alright. Now let's put down some relatively cheap what do you call these? Ranches. Once I've built a road around here. This is just for so that I can more easily use the resources at my disposal. There. And now I can more safely put down a few ranches. I'm not entirely sure if they overlap that way, but now it should be fine. And how long do I have to wait for humanitarian aid? Another year and a half. Some people are protesting, yeah, of course they are.
President is here.
Still some unemployed.
Speak fast. I don't have all day.
Right. So some of the housing has now taken effect. And then I'm just gonna expedite the restaurant. Because that'll at least make 2 women workers into workers. So I have a lot of people that need housing. Not good. Not good at all.
Buenos días.
It's not the most efficient use of the garage though, I must admit.
Speak fast. I don't have all day.
But at least we have that going. Now I should really get a marketplace in place. Even though there's a farm right here. There, that should take care of the housing problems. and I will see you all next time.